share with you a mystery. I'm going to share with you a story. Come listen to me. Let me tell you some of my business. Let me open the tableau of my life and expose to you penetrating truths of what I've been through and what I experienced. Hear this story. Let me tell you some of my news. Is black. Now tomorrow, guess what I'm going to be? No matter what neighborhood I move in, I'm still, you can say, black. Stay in a gated community, I can drive a Bentley, I can have all the frails of life, but despite all of that, I'm still black. And then I understood the text. What he says is, I found out that because I live in a good house, external things does not change who I am. And what he says about the text is, despite what's going on in your life, it does not elude or change the lordship of God, that he is Lord. Song in the church, I don't know if we sing it in He is Lord. Every knee shall bow, every tongue confess that Jesus Christ. Churches are dead, and the carcass of what we used to be is still around us, and the desire for better is on us. Our strength, I shall not want. Our hallelujah government and our political officials have been corrupted and our country does not revere God and does not turn towards God, Australia, I shall not want. But our schools have lost a spiritual consciousness. A morality and secular humanism seems to run as a river flowing in our schools. Australia, as long as God is sovereign, I shall not want. Look at someone and says, Australia, we shall not want. The Bible still says these words, if my people which are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and turn from their wicked ways and seek my face, then I will hear from heaven and I will forgive their sins and I will heal their land. I have the privilege, I guess my last name, I had the privilege of sitting down with a gentleman that told me a drastic story. And I didn't understand how to help him when he started off. He says, Reverend, the other night on the news, there was a story about a young man that viciously murdered 6 people. And the 6 people that he murdered, I saw them. When I saw the people that he murdered, the next day, the same evening, in an alley, I was standing in the alley, and he walked up to me. After I had left prayer meeting, earlier that day I had cashed my check and had my whole check in my pocket. And he walked up to me in a dark alley. And he said to me, do you have a light? He remembered that he always lit the fireplace in his house. And he pulled out a lighter. Flicked the light. And he looked. The next morning, as he got home that evening, later that night, he saw on the news that this man had been arrested, that had killed all of these people. The question that he asked me is, why didn't he kill me? He had left prayer meeting, had been praying and seeking the face of God. And he says, if he killed all the other people, he should have killed me. Then several days passed by and the man was in jail, and the man said he walked and said, I gotta know. He said, I'm going down to the jail. I've got to ask this man, this murder who has confessed to murdering all of these people. He said, I got to know why he didn't kill him. So he couldn't sleep all night. The next morning he got up and he went to the jailhouse and he stood there. And in the miracles, I don't know if you're saying here, there's a phone. He picked up the phone and the man was on the other end. And he looked and the man looked and eyes surprised. And he looked and said, sir, I got one question to ask you. When you had me there in a corner, vicious murderer, could have taken my life. Nothing that stood between the clutches of death in you and me. Why didn't you kill me? The man said, I had every intention of killing you. I was already scheduled to kill you. I lured you into the corner to kill you. But when I asked for a light, and that lighter lit up the alley, little did I realize that there were 4 tall men standing behind me. And I was afraid to try to touch you with everybody standing beside you. Then the angel of the Lord be with you. Australia, the angel of the Lord be with you. And what the devil wanted to do to Australia, because the Lord is our shepherd, And he's got angels in the outfield ensuring we make it. Everything is going to be all right. Is one of the greatest teachers of leaders in our country. He's one of the guys that go under the radar that many people don't know, but a phenomenal teacher he is. Will you give the Lord a clap of praise for him? Pastor Daniel, it greatly pleases me. Please come. I'm so excited to be here in Australia, despite all the physical complications of the time change and all of the so many tens of hours flying. While I'm excited, is I believe that the Lord has brought you to be a prophetic force, to be the resilience or to reverberate the beat of the heart of God in the consciousness of Australia. See, if to say you are the voice of God in Australia would give you more power than you need, you are the reverberation of the heart of God in this country. The reason I came and did not send something, because the stories of evangelism, the stories of soul, the courage of a lion, and the spirit of a David rushes upon you, for you have won the heart of God, and what you've done has transcended time and space, to the point that the verbiage of what you've done has crossed over the seas and it reached our country. And today, hopefully with the same epiphany that we've received concerning the greatness that the Lord has placed in you, Australia salutes and bows to the kingly and godly call that God has caused within you to be used as his vessel for this end time. Please, let's roll.